Hey everyone, welcome to today's video. My name's Stephanie, and today we are back with another installment of my birth month series. I created the series almost a year ago as a way to gather some inspiration based off of the month's different elements like their birthstones, zodiac signs, flowers, and even holidays. I'll talk a bit more about my lineup at the end. For now, let me show you my best picks for January. Starting with the birthstones, the primary one for January is Garnet, and I'm going to be using Holo Taco's Gosh Garnet because hot take, I actually think this is a beautiful polish that perfectly captures the subtle beauty of garnets. I feel like a lot of garnets can look super dark, but when you shine the light on them, that's when you see that red flash, and it is gorgeous. But if you weren't a fan of that one and wanted a little bit more sparkle, I also have ILNP's Sabrina, which is this vampy, shimmering red that's a little bit more vibrant in color, but I think it still has this alluring appeal with its darker base. Because of its dark red color, it's no surprise that garnets usually represent things like passion and everlasting love, but they can also represent things like friendship, trust, and protection. Fun fact, garnet apparently comes from the Latin word granitus, if I'm pronouncing that right, which means seed or grain, likely in reference to pomegranate seeds, which I can definitely see the resemblance. Especially for the lighter colored stones, I just went with darker options. So I didn't find much on January having a second birthstone, but apparently onyx is one of the stones for Capricorns and Leos. It's this really cool jet black stone that provides wisdom with decision making, steadfast confidence, and also provides balance during physical or mental stress. All of which definitely proved to be beneficial for Capricorns specifically. Speaking of Capricorns, I chose ILNP's Reign to represent this zodiac sign. Capricorns are strong, hardworking, and usually very serious kind of signs, and I felt like this dark charcoal gray was a great color to capture that kind of energy. Because of all those qualities that I mentioned before, Capricorns usually end up in leadership roles, so I thought Reign was truly the perfect polish to encapsulate this sign. It's dark, but so regal. Later in the month, we move into Aquarius season, which is an air sign that's highly intellectual. I chose Crack's Infinite Thrill because their minds are always going, bouncing between new ideas and innovations, testing the limits of their imagination. I definitely would call peeking into an Aquarius mind an infinite thrill because their ideas just seem endless. Moving on to the flowers, the first one we have for January is the carnation. So carnations symbolize love and affection, with the different colors symbolizing different levels of love. Lighter pinks apparently represent things like gratitude or a mother's love, which is why they're also pretty popular for Mother's Day, apparently. When I came across this photo of these really pretty pink carnations, I was immediately reminded of ILNP's Twirl, which is this super cute baby petal pink color. It's just so sweet and so heartfelt. January's other flower is called a snowdrop, which I hadn't even heard of before, but they're known to symbolize things like hope, rebirth, and the promise of spring. I feel like we see those themes often with white flowers, or specifically hope and rebirth, but the last one is especially true for snowdrops because spring is just a few months away. I know that I chose this shade last month, but I feel like I had to choose Ave Snowy for snowdrops. It just is the perfect white. Now getting into the holidays, the first one that I have is National Bird Day, which is on January 5th. Once I saw this was a holiday, I knew that I had to share ILNP's Songbird from their Wildflowers collection last spring because it is this bright and bold blue that I thought was just so perfect for January. It's not the exact color of a blue jay, but I feel like it's close enough, and I really love those birds. Then on the 8th of the month, we celebrate National Bubble Bath Day. So I feel like I had to choose OPI's Bubble Bath. Funny enough, the shade is more of a light milky pink, which is not a color I would associate with a bubble bath. I would expect it to be a lot more white leaning like the bubbles. But either way, I definitely still love this color for a very clean girl mani. It's just so light and refreshing, a beautiful palette cleanser. But I'm definitely most excited to celebrate this holiday because I love bubble baths. Next, on January 19th, we have National Popcorn Day, and I chose Holo Taco's Butter Me Up. This is a super light pastel yellow that maybe doesn't really look like the color of butter or popcorn, but it's kind of in the same family. I guess it's more similar in color to popcorn that needs more butter. But if it isn't obvious, I mainly chose this one for the name. I had to highlight this holiday though because I love popcorn. The next polish I have is Cirque Colors My, which I chose to celebrate Lunar New Year, which starts on January 29th. This is a beautiful, bold, red jelly kind of base with a really strong gold shimmer and this holographic sparkle. This is one of their shimmer graphic polishes, and it is so pretty. You're probably familiar with the Chinese Zodiac signs where there are different animals for different years. So I'm born in the year of the monkey, but 2025 is the year of the snake, which I know a lot of people don't love this animal, but they're just misunderstood. They're introverted observers, mysterious, carefully covering up the sensitivity underneath. And one of the last holidays in the month is National Croissant Day, which is on January 30th. I, of course, had to go with Nailpollies Flake It Till You Make It, which is this super cute croissant-inspired polish with a little croissant cap. This is absolutely packed with these delicate golden flakes, very reminiscent of the little croissant flakes that end up all over the place when you're eating, or maybe that's just me because I'm messy, but they're just so good. Love indulging in a croissant, so I cannot wait to celebrate this holiday too. So that wraps up my best polishes for January. As always, I can't wait to hear what you think of my lineup, especially if you're a January baby, because I personally really love this month's lineup. I feel like it's pretty well balanced with like the typical dark winter colors, but also some lighter fun colors for the holidays specifically. Obviously, since I'm a seasonal wearer, I am more drawn to like the first half of my lineup. And I gotta say, I really love my picks for like the Zodiac signs this month and the Birthstones. There's just something about like red, blue, and gray that feels so nice for winter, which kind of feels weird to say because I'm not the biggest fan of winter as a season in general. Like I'm always looking forward to spring, which I do really like with the lighter half of the colors, but you'll have to let me know what you think down below so we can chat about it. But thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!